That's a good broth. Hey guys, Todd Helms with Wingmen by Eastmans here today to give you a review or a cooking video, if you will, on the High Mountain Seasonings sausage kits. These are the home sausage making kits from High Mountain, specifically the bratwurst ones. I'm going to make goose bratwurst. Yeah, you heard that, goose bratwurst. I got a little bit of leftover snow goose from last March with a hunt we did down in Nebraska with Platte Basin Outdoors, Mike Tracy and that crew. And a little bit left, and I'm like, you know, I want to get this used up before I start putting a bunch of Canada geese in the freezer here as we get into our hunting season. And I love bratwurst. Being a guy from the upper Midwest, bratwurst is life, you know, and you guys from back to that country know what I mean. I'm not talking Polish sausage, I'm not talking chorizo, I'm talking bratwurst, baby. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna turn this goose and some pork fat into bratwurst using the High Mountain Seasonings home sausage making kits and the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun. I'm gonna stuff casings, but first I have to mix up all the seasoning in this stuff and get it ready to go. Guys, I always feel like when it comes to making big game sausage or specialty meats, there's a little bit of a intimidation factor that can come with that. You don't want to screw it up because you got all this good meat and you don't want to make a mistake and have it turn out inedible. And so what happens is a lot of folks don't do it in their own kitchen. With the High Mountain kits, whether you're making sausage, bratwurst, jerky, oh man, go to the website. They have so many different variations of what you can do. But the point I'm trying to make is High Mountain makes it easy. All you have to do is follow the simple directions in these kits and you're gonna get awesome product every single time. Now, this bratwurst kit comes with a chart. High Mountain is awesome about making easy to follow directions that even a caveman like me can follow. And it's pretty straightforward. I've got about 12 pounds of meat in here. I mixed a 70% goose and a little over 30% pork fat. Ground it all up, it's ready to go. I need to season it and stuff it in casings. But to season it, I need to find the corresponding number of meat, pounds of meat that I have, which is about 12 pounds. I'm gonna go with that, and it tells me I need 1 pouch of bratwurst seasoning. What I'm going to do, following the directions, oh yeah, there's a little bit of ice water you gotta mix in there, about 6.5 ounces for 12 pounds of meat. I'm gonna mix in this whole pouch, mix in my ice water, and I'm gonna make a patty out of it, guys. And then I'm going to fry some in a skillet on the stove before I stuff it to make sure that that seasoning to meat ratio is where I want it. Got a couple different kits here. High Mountain has so many different products, guys. You just gotta go to their website and check out everything that they offer. I am going with the regular bratwurst sausage, the gold standard of fresh homemade sausage. These kits come with seasoning, casings, and cure. I am not going to cure these because I want fresh bratwurst. What I'm gonna do when I get done with these is I'm gonna vacuum pack them in like packages of 6 and freeze them. Sans cure. I don't need any cure when I'm doing that. Now, if you want a cured product, that's fine. They include the cure, but for me, bratwurst, no cure, because I'm going to just freeze them and then cook them as I desire. I'm not smoking these. These are not smoked bratwurst. If you're smoking them, then you need to look at the cure and putting that into the mix. All right, so it says 1 package. We're gonna rock and roll here. I'm just gonna tear this open and I'm gonna go with the whole package to start because I do have a little bit more than 12 pounds. And just sprinkle it on. I'm gonna go about half of that right there. Then I'm gonna take some of my water and do that. And what the water does, guys, is it helps mix that seasoning in and it helps make things a little more tacky. But when I cook my brats, I either do them in a bath of beer or I boil them first and cook them in beer. All right, time for the rest of that seasoning. And then I finish them off over the fire. I am gonna add a little bit more water here. But you gotta get it mixed up really, really good. If you have a mixer, a meat mixer, you can definitely use that, guys. I don't have one, and so we're using the old school Polish meat mixers. I'm probably gonna have to add a little more water because this is getting pretty tacky, and I don't want it to get too tacky on me. You don't want it to be soupy and runny, but you don't want it to be tacky either. Water's got to be cold, guys. If you put warm water in it, it's going to start the cooking process on this meat, and we don't want that. Go slow. Follow the directions and keep going easy and slow. Yeah, that extra water made this less tacky, more pliable. Or less tacky, less pliable, I guess. It's gonna go through my stuffing gun a lot better this way. There we go. Let's cook some and see how it tastes. We're just gonna form it the best we can, make it thin. Again, this doesn't have to be pretty, guys. We're just taste testing here. I'm gonna wash my hands up as that cooks. All right, so we're probably pretty close. I'm just gonna flip this back over. Again, this is probably gonna taste a little different because you don't normally fry bratwurst. Bon appetit. I wish I knew the German word for that. Oh, that's really good. I think we're there. I'm not gonna put any more seasoning in that. That's exactly the way it should be. It's delicate. It has that nice bratwurst flavor. If I put more seasoning in, I think I'm gonna overpower it and make it too strong. And I don't want that. That's phenomenal. Let's stuff some bratwursts, guys. All right, so my casings have been soaking in warm water. It's cool now to get them kind of expanded again. These come packed in salt, and you gotta rinse the salt off. It's all in the directions. These are natural hog casings, guys. And so we are gonna use the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun to stuff these casings with this bratwurst meat. That's the plan. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been a little while since I've done this. And so there's gonna be a little bit more of a learning curve here than it is for the seasoning meat. I got the seasoning meat part down, but this is the part of the process that is a little bit more delicate. I'm gonna give these casings another rinse. We're gonna get the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun set up, and we're going to make some bratwurst. Here we go. All right, so you guys have seen us use the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun before for making jerky. And now it's time to make some sausages with it. I'm going to use this size of stuffing horn. It's really, really simple, guys. We just pull all these parts that we need out. I got my tube. It's very, very similar to a caulk gun, guys. That's what this pretty much is. Food grade caulk gun. This is gonna screw on here. I'm going to stuff this barrel with meat, and then you just literally operate it like a caulk gun. But I gotta get the casings on and the meat stuffed before we're ready to roll. So first things first, I'm gonna stuff my gun. And to do that, the best way I've found to do that is to make little meat torpedoes, I guess, if you will. You could do balls, meatballs. If I make little torpedoes, they slide right into the barrel of this gun pretty easily, usually. Probably should have threaded this on there first. Find an end. This is a little bit of a tricky part right here. Gonna get that on there, and we're just gonna. These are fragile, so you don't want to tear them. We're just gonna thread this on there. Don't get crazy and get ahead of yourself. It's just a little bit of a time-consuming process. It's a little fiddly, but it's all gonna go on there like this. These are soaked, and guys, you wanna be careful with these casings because you're dealing with natural hog casings here. And what you don't wanna do with these is overstuff them. Just so they're plump, just so they're full and plump and stuffed nicely. That's all you want to do there. I am going to tie that end. You can use string, but just do it the old school way and tie it. Look at that. All right, so we got one little goose brat right there. We're gonna do some more. You don't want to be, you don't want to overstuff the casing like that. So what happened there is I got a twist in that casing. Now I'm going to twist. I got one there. I can pop those little air bubbles if I want. And I might need to get that a little bit tighter, but we're close with that. There's another one. Twist. Gun's super handy for this. There we go. Oh, and that's it. So I got a little more meat in there, but I'm out of casing, so I'm just going to stuff that in that end. Probably pinch that actually. Put that back in there, and we'll just twist that casing off. And right there, guys, we've got 4 brats. I'm really pleased with how the taste of that sausage came out. We're going to boil these up and cook them for lunch. I got some buns over here. We're gonna boil these up and throw them on the Traeger. I told you that you can't make bratwurst without a key ingredient. Now, lest you think that I'm gonna get drunk, all that alcohol cooks off. It's the flavor from the beer. That's what we're after. We have brats that are ready to come out. Brett was asking me, the camera guy was asking me, why boil them, Todd? Why boil them in beer? Well, a couple reasons. One, it helps. Brats are thick and they're notorious for being undercooked. You bite into one and it's not cooked thoroughly. We want to avoid that. The boiling in the beer helps avoid that. The other one is that beer kind of infuses these bratwurst with flavor, even more flavor than just the seasoning. And we're gonna take these out, we're gonna finish them on the pellet grill. See, like that one burst, and that's gonna happen. But that tells me that we're done. We are cooked. Our bratwurst are ready to go. So this is always the tricky part with brats. You can make them in a coil and cut them, but we're ready to go. You can use that beer for a gravy. You can make a sauce out of it, a mustard sauce, a mustard beer sauce, a mustard cheese sauce, beer cheese sauce, whatever you want. Let's take these things out and get them on the grill, guys. Follow me. I got my grill nice and hot. I'm gonna let it continue to come up, but I'm gonna put these on because as the temperature continues to rise, it's gonna smoke a little bit. And a little bit of smoke on a brat's not a bad thing. Again, I got different sizes here because I'm not a professional bratwurst maker. Just gonna brown these things up. Those are gonna cook. Then we're gonna put them on buns with maybe some sauerkraut and some good spicy horseradish mustard. I finished these things off, took them out of their beer bath and finished them off on the Traeger. It's time to cut one open and try it. I've got some buns ready to go. We're gonna do it the right way too, with some buns and probably some sauerkraut. But let's take a look here. It's cooked perfect. I like the consistency of it. It doesn't look like it's going to be dry. Man, that looks exactly like what we want. All right, so I have my professional taste testers here. I have Ennis and Jedediah. These are two of my three children. You guys ready to try some snow goose bratwurst?
Yeah.
All right. Jed, there's yours. Ennis, there's yours. Let me know what you think. Stay right here, buddy.
Good.
Jed, look at the camera. So tell them what you think. Is it good?
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm.
Ennis, good stuff. Are you ready to put one on a bun and have one that way?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just me to cut some more up and eat it that way?
Yeah. Cut them. I'll have it on a bun.
You want yours on a bun? Consider it done. It's so awesome to be able to produce a product that's dialed and perfect every single time. And those High Mountain Seasonings kits do that. They let you produce a product that is 100% the same every time if you follow the instructions, and they are delicious. All right, so finished product right here. Sauerkraut, horseradish mustard, good bun. Let's try it. We've sliced some up and tried the sliced up by itself, and it's awesome, guys. It's really good, but this is a test of a true bratwurst right here. With all the fixings on it, is it good? Here we go. That's a good brat. That's a good brat. If you told me when I started this that I was gonna take snow geese, grind them up, and make bratwurst out of them, I'd have been like, okay, I'm game to try anything. But holy smokes, guys, that is a winner right there. I'm gonna be making a lot more goose brats with the High Mountain Seasonings bratwurst kits. I have a few more kits to use. This is the regular original bratwurst kit, and it's a winner. It was super easy to do, super easy to use. Kid approved, Todd approved, wife approved. Guys, get you some goose bratwurst with the High Mountain Seasonings kits, the sausage making kits. Go to highmountain.com, check out all of the kits that they have and that they produce. They're super high quality, they're super easy to use. They take all the thinking and guesswork out of it. All you gotta do is make sausage and enjoy it. Thanks for watching this video review. While I got you here, drop down, mash that subscribe button, guys. We love bringing you awesome content like this, and we can't do it if you don't subscribe. Flip on your notifications bell so you get notified when we do drop awesome reviews like this one. And check us out on all of our social media feeds, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you got it. Also, the Wingmen podcast has on great guests twice a month. You can get that podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. And until next time, you want to say it with me?
Yeah.
We'll see you in the field.